You're welcome to another exciting episode on Scratch programming. In this project, we are going to explore different projects that is idea that you can start with on Scratch. We have birthday card, we have animal race, we have ask Gobo, we have ball cloning. So in this project, you can see how everything is working. So I believe you are going to have fun in this project. Let's start. So the first one is cat art. So this is a very simple project. You move your mouse. As I'm moving this mouse, this cat will be following the mouse, and as it's following the mouse, it will be changing color, turning to rainbow color. So I can write anything with the mouse. As I'm writing at this, it should be working. So let me start the project and let's see how it's going to work. So I'm starting. When you click on the go, the cat will be following the mouse. As I'm moving the mouse, the cat is following, and once the cat is following, the colors are changing. Okay, so when I have enough cats here, when I press the space key, it should delete everything. I should have more cats here now on the screen, so I can delete them. So let me delete everything by pressing space key. So once I press the space key, everything is gone now. Why is the only cat that is displaying the colors only? So let me start moving the cat again. So you can see now the cat is changing colors and is writing the text that I want to write. Okay, so having done that, let's start the project from scratch. Okay, so I have the cat already. So this is the cat that we are going to use. So the first step is going to use we are going to use events block. You remember that when I start the project, I used green flag. So that means we are using this green when green flag clicked. When flag clicked, what is going to happen when flag clicked? I want this guy. I want I want this cat to be following my mouse. Wherever I move my mouse to, the cat should be following it. So let me look for the code where I can get that under motion. I told you motions deals with the movement of your sprite. Wherever you want your sprite to go, motion works with that. Okay. So I'm under motions block now. So let's use this code now. You have go to random position. So under this random position, when you click on it, you see mouse pointer there. Okay, I change it to mouse pointer, then I drag it out. When flag click, go to mouse pointer. So that means whenever I place this flag, this cat should just go immediately to where the mouse is. So let me click on go. So you see now immediately it comes up here because my mouse is up here, and I'm trying to drag it down. It's not working simply because this code only work once. Okay, it's only work once. So I want it to be working more than once now. Like I told you, in our introduction class, I mentioned forever blocks, which is loops. That if you want your program to run for a certain number of times, that one is numbered. Let's go to control. Under the control now, you see repeat. This is loops, but this loops is going to repeat it 10 times. This forever is going to work as long as you want it to work, but this repeat 10 is going to stop immediately it reach 10, but forever is going to work as long as you want it to work. So let me just get forever block now because I want it to be working as long as I want it to work now. So let me now start the game again. Alright, so you see now the cat is now following my mouse. Wherever I move my mouse is, the cat is following there. So it's going there. Wherever I ask it to go, it's going there. So that's cool now. But what is Moses going to do? We have to be changing the colors, and we have to be creating more cats. And the colors should be changing also. So let's go to where we're going to change the colors. Changing the colors deals with what? We want to change the colors. Deals with what? Changing the color deals with the appearance, the cat looks like, the appearance. So then I'm going to looks. No, I told you to looks deals with appearance of your sprite. So now I'm going to under appearance now. I want to be changing the colors. You see, I'm checking the code. Which code is going to work for that? Let's go to change color by 25. Change color by 25. This is the color now. So let me now see. Let me start again. Change color by 25. Okay, great. So the colors are changing now because I use change color by 25. It's shining now. It's already shining. what remains now is that whenever I move this mouse now, you should be following, like the mouse should be following. We should be creating more mouse. Like I have only one here, we should be creating more mouse here. So how do we do that? Let's see, look at, let's go to under control. So that's control. We should see something like create clone of myself. Here is it, create clone of myself. Okay, create clone of myself. Let's add it together also, create clone of myself. What is this create clone of myself going to work? It's going to duplicate this cat into the screen. It's going to duplicate it. We are going to have more than one now. So let's see. Okay, great. Now it's cloning it. Can you see? We have more than one cat now. It's cloning it and it's changing the colors. You can see that we have many colors. Now I have cat full my screen. How do I delete them? Because I want to start all over again. If I click on stop, everything should go. Great, everything is gone now. But I want to be controlling with other thing. Why it's gone? I don't want to be pressing the flag before I start again. I want the flag to be working also while I'm cleaning. Like I want the program to be continuously working. I don't need to be pressing and pressing all over every time. So how do I do that? This is where we have another event in motion now. Okay, we are going to work another event. Now let's go to events now. The first event is when flag click. Let's call another event when the flag is clicked and these ones are working. Let's call another event which is going to be when space key pressed. Okay, when space key pressed. This when space key pressed comprise of others key. Okay, you can see up arrow, down arrow, right arrow, left arrow. So it comprise of all that key that you can use. But let us use space key press. Let's use space key press. Once the space key is pressed, what do I want to happen? I want everything to go. I want this thing to go. I want the clone, the color of the cat to go back to normal. Then start the game all over again wherever I want it to start. So let's start from when the space key pressed, which is going to be under when the space key pressed. I want the color to go. Clear graphic effects. Okay, this graphic effect works with all the color that is changing now. If the card is changing to another color, when you press the flag, let's see that when I press the flag, when I press the space key, you should return the color to normal. You see now the color change to normal now. They are still there. But when I press the space key, the color is back to normal. Okay, it's back to normal except this one that is running. Okay, remember the one of the flag is running. That's why it's not changing. Once it's changed, it's immediately it will still go back to the color. Okay, that's how you can see it. So now after that, I want to clean all these things now from the screen. How do I clean it? Let's go back to the now. Delete this clone. Delete this clone. Okay, when it's placed back, delete this clone, which is the sprite. All this cat clone, delete it. So now let's start. Let's see. Okay, I'm having them now. I'm having plenty now. Alright, so let me now delete. Let me now press the space key. See now everything is gone. Okay, everything is gone. Let me start again. See, I don't have to press the flag before I start again. So once I press the space key, everything is gone and you can start all over again. So with this one now, you can write anything. Okay, you can write anything. Let me write a. See now. So y is full. Let me clean again and write another thing. Let me type B. Don't mind my typing. Don't mind my sketching. So let me just type another thing again. Let me type C. So you see now you can type anything that is making it colorful. You can use it to learn so many things. Okay, it's very fine. Now the cat is too big. It's too big. I want something small. I want it to be smaller than this. I told you this size. You can decide this from here. Let me change size to 50. And this color now, I want the color. Once you change the color, when you size to 50, is it not too small? You can change it to another. Let's change it to 70. So I think it's too small. Let's change it to 70. Okay, now it's better like this now. So you can use this color now. Just change this color from that effect from 25 to 10 to these numbers. 10 is smaller than 20. So the rate at which the color changes will now be slower now. For example, now if the color is jumping 3 miles, now it will be jumping 1 mile because I reduced the number. So now let's say now I should have more colors than before now. So you see now, so it's different. I have more colors than before, the gradient colors, and the cards are working very fine now. Okay, so you can play around with this, and you can try other effects. You know how it's not only change color effect that we have other effects. So you try with working with other effects, try working with fish eye, wave, pixeles, mosaic, brightness, ghost. So try all those effects and see how it works. You can leave a comment below for me and let's talk about that. If there's any challenges you are passing through, let me know. I will be more than glad to help. See you in the next project. Welcome to second project. The name of this project is Animal Race, and from this is from what you can see on your screen. You have a dog, a horse, and a dog. We have balloon and we have arrows. So this dog is an umpire. He's going to be the one to tell the animals when they can start the race, and this is their finish line. We use this balloon as their finish line. So when they reach the finish line, that is going to be whoever reach the finish line first is going to be the winner, and is going to take position. They are going to take position also. So let's start and see how it's going to work. I'm going to make it. Let's start. 1, 2, 3, go. So then they can go now. So let's start the race. I'm going to control the race by my keyboard. So immediately I started pressing my keyboard, you start racing. So I use keyboard A and L. You see how we're going to do that when we start the project. So now you started racing now. Now the dog is working faster than the horse. It's because I'm the one controlling the two. That's why I want is faster like that. So the first one that dog reach the finish line before the horse, that means the dog is first while the horse is second. So they took their position. So let's see a situation where the dog is the first. Is it going to work like that? So let's see. Let me make the dog run faster than the dog now. So horse is running faster than the dog now. So the first time horse took the first position. Now I want us to took the first position now, and let's see. So you can see now. So now dog is first. So this project we are going to work with keys display. We are going to work with interaction with variable. We are going to work with algorithms, how you can split your code step by step. We are starting from the dog. The dog says that the dog counted numbers 1, 2, 3, go. So how we can do this? I'm going to show you, and now this dog can react to the button, and now we can use button to control our sprite successfully. Let's start. So the first thing I'm going to do now is to delete these cards. I don't need the cards there. I'm not working with cards. Then go for new sprites. So the first sprite I'm going to get is the dog, which is going to be the referee in charge of the match of the race. So I'm going for the dog, animals, clicking on animals. Alright, this is my dog. I'm going to get the dog now. Great. So how the dog is going to stay up here. So I'm going to drag the dog to stay up there. Because it's going to stay up there. I'm going to resize the dog. It's too big for that to stay there. So let's resize it. Clicking on size. Can you resize it from here? Can be let the dog be 60%. You can do it like that. You can resize the dog like that, or you can still do it like this, in this way. When flag clicked, let's go to the looks, set size to 60. Okay, let's set size to 60. So see the same thing. You are still going to achieve the same aim. All right, so the first thing is that I want these dogs to count number before they go. 1, 2, 3, go. Now this variable, we use variable to store values. Okay, so I'm going to store the value of count now. I want them to count the number, so I'm going to use variables to store the value. I don't want to see the count here. Okay, I'm going to uncheck it. There's no use for the count here to be here. I just want to use it to store a value so that the dog can remember the previous number it counted before going to another number. So let's set the count to 0. Okay, the count is 0 now. Great. So now I want to count 0, or we want to change the number of 0, the number of counts from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. After then it's going to say go. Okay, so how do we do it now? So that means I want it to add 3 to this count. This count is 0 when starting, but I want it to add 3 to this count, like 3, 1, 2, 3. I want it to say 1, 2, 3. My dog to repeat it, to repeat the number 3 times. Then once it's repeating the number, it's going to it's going to be adding to the numbers. So let's go to our control. I told you control this with the ability of your project, what you want it to do, how you want it to work. So I want you to do it 3 times. Okay, I want you to count it 3 times. So then go to that variable again. So you see change count by 1. Okay, change count by 1, meaning that okay, this count is going to be 1. Once it changes by 1, that is count will now be 1. Once it changes again by 1, it's going to be 2. Once it changes again by 1, it's going to be 3. Okay, so after then, how do we now get this dog to say the number out? We have the block here, say hello for 2 seconds. So now we're going to get it now. So instead of the hello, we now go and get the variable count. You see this now as a block. It's going to be inside here. Okay, so after saying hello for after counting the number, then we can now make the guy say go. After counting the number, it's going to be go. The reason why I'm not adding go inside the repeat is that I don't want the go to start repeating the go again. Okay, I just want you to repeat the numbers only. So now let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, go. So you can see now, say 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. So that's fine. I think it's slow. Let's change the number to let's use this. Say hello only, so that it won't stop, or we change it to 1 second. Let's change it to 1 second. The 2 seconds is too slow. It's hiding the number each 2 seconds. So let it be only 1 second. 1, 2, 3, go. So it's faster now. Okay, so I think I should reduce the size of this dog to 70. Let's reduce the size, increase the size to 70, and let's see. Okay, better. It's better like this now. Alright, so I have another sprite that's going to be here. I have dog, I have horse. Let's go and get them. Let's go and get the remaining sprites. Those are racer. Our racers, we have dog and we have, going to animals, we have dog and we have dog and horse. So this is my beautiful hog first. Yeah, let me go for the dogs. Let me go for horse. I have the dog here. So let's get the backdrop. The name of the backdrop is blue sky. So I'm having the blue sky here. So this guy is too big for this stage. Let's change the size. Let's change the size to 60. Let me see, 60. 60 is better. 60 is better. Okay, so let's draw the finish line, which is our starting line. Let's get the starting line, which is the arrow. The arrow is our starting line. So let's get the arrow, which is the starting line. You have arrow 1. Let's get it. We are starting line. So I'm using 2 arrows. For them. We have 2 sprites. So I'm using 2 arrows. Then I'm just going to change the number. I'm going to change the color of the arrows. So let me duplicate. We want to duplicate. Instead of going to pick a sprite again, just right click. Once you right click, you see duplicate, then you left click. So now I have two arrows now. Okay, so I have two arrows. Let me just go and change the color of the second arrow, or you can leave it like this. Since they are far from each other, you can leave it like this and make sure the arrows are in the same position. Okay, so to make sure they are in the same position, let me get their position so that there won't be any cheating at all. So go to X. So that means the second one should be in this position also. How to do this? I want to get this code to this arrow, to second arrow. What you just do is to click, left click on it, then you drag all the way from up till inside the second arrow. Okay, then the initial code will be here. So let me click on the second one. It should be there. No, it's not there. It's not there yet. Let me click on it again and drop it gently now. Okay, let me check again. Wow, it's here now. Okay, it's here. Right, so that means the two lines will be at the same position. Oh, sorry, we use the same y for them. We have to use different y. Okay, so they have the same y, that's why they are in the same position. So let me change y of this one to 150, and let's see. Okay, 150 is small. Let's use -70. -70. Okay, -70 is okay. So the reason why it drop on top of each other is because they are having the same horizontal position. Okay, the same vertical position. I'm going to talk about that one later in our next project. I'm going to explain the graph x and y and how to position your sprite very well, either horizontally or vertically. So I'm going to talk about that one later in the class, in the projects. All right, so let's continue. Since we have the same line, so that we want the race to be fair. Okay, so now let's continue with our dog now. So when I press when I press the flag, when I press my flag, when flag clicked, so I want this dog to go to arrow 1. Okay, let just rename this arrow 1 to dog start. Dog start, so that it's very essential to rename your sprites. When you are programming them, it make it easier. Arrow 1, arrow 2, sometimes you may get confused. So the second arrow is us start. So I renamed them from their sprite name. This is the sprite name. This box is the sprite name. So I renamed them from there. So we have dog starts and we have all starts. So I'm going to get that host data. So now when I press the flag, so I want I want this dog to go straight to that arrow, which is going to be dog start. Okay, you should go to dog start. Immediately I press the arrow, you should go to dog start. Okay, it's hiding under the arrow. So how do we get the dog to stay in front? Let's go to the looks. We see somewhere something like go to front. See, go to front layers. So that means you should make it to come front. All right, so good. So we have dog on the line now. With this, go to front layers. So I have my dog on the front line now, and let me go and get the horse now. I'm going to get the horse. So we are going to repeat the same thing for the horse also. So let's choose a sprite and animals. So let's get this guy horse. Beautiful horse. Horse. I'm thinking we can use elephants. You can see even use elephants, but let's go and use our horse. Okay, that's how it's jump. Chukum, chukum, chukum. Let's change the size of the horse to 70. So I'm changing the size of the horse to 70. It's big. Let's change the size to 60 as dog. Is it not longer than the horse? Because I want two of them to doggy. This horse is longer. Let's change the size to 50 again. So to suit our need. Okay, it's better like this. Okay, I have horse and dog now. So whenever I start the project, I want dog also to go to the horse start. Remember, I copy the code. I'm copying the code there, so it's going to make your work faster. So I have it there. So instead of to be dog start, it's going to be horse start. Okay, so let me now start them. Okay, great. Now we have the two of them now. They're on the same line now. So no needs exceeding the line. So then the next thing is to get our finish line. We have our starting line. We should have our finish line also. So go to the finish line. So let's go to the finish line. I use this balloon as my finish line. So I have balloon 1, and let me duplicate it also. Balloon 2. So the balloon 1 should rename to dog end. Dog end. So that means that is the end of the race. Dog end. And the second one should be horse end. Horse end. End of the race. Okay, horse end and dog end. So the size is too big. So let's change the size to something like 40. Okay, great. So 40 is okay. It's okay with me. And let's change this one also to 40. 40 is also okay with me. 40 to second one should be 40. Second one should be 40. 40. It's okay also. So to make sure that this finish line also they are the same line. So we have to repeat the same thing that we repeated earlier. So let's get the blocks from. So what we are going to change there is to change the x part of it. I'm just going to change the x. Don't forget the x part, which is the horizontal part of it. So let's change it to positive. Instead of having negative 222, let it be positive 222. Okay, great. So it's positive 222. Let's change it to positive 245 so that it can go a little bit further. Okay, great. So it's now positive 255, and let me go to the horse and get the dog for horse start to for horse end. So what I'm just going to change there also is the x position, x also. So x is going to be 245. Okay, so that they can maintain the same position. Great. So now we have the same position and they are the same position now. No cheating, nothing. So if you reach the finish line first, good luck. And if you reach the second, good luck also. Okay, now so now that we have our spice ready, the remaining thing is to pass information now. Okay, now this duck is the one to pass the information to them. Go. This go is not enough for them to start the race. We want them to receive a message that okay, actually we can start the race. That's why we have under control. We have something like under our event. We have something like broadcast. This broadcast pass an information between two sprites to do certain thing. If you wait for the information, this go only for the looks, for talk. But how sure are we that it received the message? This is why broadcast is very essential. Broadcast will make sure that it pass the message successfully. After passing the message, then the other guy will now receive the message. So the message is going to be start race. So start race. That is going to be the message, start race. That means I'm telling them to start race. These brokers are not going to see it anywhere on the screen. It's secret. This code is secretly passed across sprites. They receive the code secretly within each other. So immediately I click on the dog and I want them to start the race. So what I'm going to do here is when I receive these brokers now, you see it's different from the blocks we be using earlier. This is when I receive. Nothing is going to happen until it receive the message start race. And when is dog going to send the message start race? After saying go, they're now going to broadcast the message start race. Now the dog will now wait for that time till he received the message start race. Once it's received the message start race, then what is going to happen? We are going to get all our blocks together. I'm going to use letter A for my dog. I'm going to use letter A for the dog. So let's see the code we are going to use now. Let's go to our control. I'm going to use control. Wait. After I receive start race, this is another thing to do. Wait until what? Until I press the key on my keyboard. Which key am I going to press? Let's go to the sensing. Until I press the key, or wait until key A pressed. Wait until key A pressed. That means I press the key until key A pressed. And another thing is, once I press the key, I have to release it so that it will be, if I press the key, let's say I've started the race now. The dog have received race already. Let me now start. Let me press A. So it's not working now. Let us use control. Oh, we've not added what it's going to do until I press key. Until I press A key, move 10 steps. Let's say move 10 steps, and let me start. When I receive A, move 10 steps, so it moves. Okay, so let's see if we add forever block to it. I want us to notice something there. Okay, I've added a forever block to it. You see how it's going now? It's just going. It's because I have wait until key A pressed, move 10 steps. So it's going just going to work until if you just hold on the key, you just be going. But this game, we want to have fattest finger. Let it return fattest finger. Who is very fast at pressing the computer keys. That's why we are going to have the game. So now once I have this wait until now, I want it to work that when you press the key here, you have to release it before this dog move. You have to release your keyboard before it moves. Not that you just press and hold the A key and you just be moving boom. I want you to be pressing it each time pressing it one after the other, and see how fast you are when you are pressing your keyboard. So I want to duplicate this code, wait until again. Now my sprite is going to wait until you press the keyboard. Now there is another code. The reason I'm duplicating it, let's go to operators. There's another code here, not. This not is saying that okay, once you press the key, no. Now I'm going to wait until you didn't press the key again. That's why we have wait until not key A pressed. Until not key A pressed. Once you click on A, that means you have to release your hand immediately. We have wait until key A not pressed, then move 10 steps. So that means this guy now, when he receives start race, you have to be pressing key A. See now, I hold it, it's not going. Then you have to be pressing it one after the other. I see it's moving now. It's moving 2 steps now. It's moving 10 steps now. So you have to be moving. You have to be pressing the key each time you want it to wait. Now we have working costume for our dog. So let's check the costume so that you can see the motion is working. We have costume dog A1, dog 2B. Oh, we are not using this, so that means you can delete it. You just need to use the first and the second one. You use the first one and the second one. Okay, so that's okay by us. So we can use these two two costumes. So now let's go and get next costume to make it switch costume whenever we press our button. Okay, now so now let's see again. So this movement now I'm pressing, and make sure I'm pressing the keyboard each time it moves. So until you reach the finish line. So immediately you reach this finish line now, you should stop. So touching this guy, you should stop working. Immediately you reach it, you see still working, you should stop working. So now, so this is where we now use control. Let's go to if block conditional statement. So this if block will now wait. If this is a conditional statement. If block, before this block can work, that means the condition must be true. Before it can work, it must be true. That means whatever you want to happen here must be true. If not, it will not work. So now let's we see what we are going to do now. If touching touching what? If touching dog end, that is the end of the race. Dog end. Then what's going to happen? It should stop. It should stop. Stop all. It should stop everything. Stop all. Stop everything. Okay. So once this dog touch the dog end, the game is going to stop. The game is going to stop. Nothing else, nothing more. So that will be the end of the game. So end of the game is to stop it. So that means everything is stopped now. So no movement again. No movement again. That means you can just continue your if it is us that reach the finish line before the dog is going to be finished now. So let's program for the dog now. So I'm just going to copy the code to avoid repetition. I'm going to copy all the code here inside the us. So let's hope it's copied. Okay, great, it's copied. So what I'm going to change, I want to use L for my us. So that means I'm going to change it to L. I'm going to change the letter L. So when I press the letter L, the dog should also the horse should also move and move next step. Then I'm going to change the dog to dog end also. After then it should stop. So let's see if the horse is going to work also by pressing the letter L. Okay, great. The horse is also working also now. So but there is a thing we want to do now. What I'm going to do is I want them to be, if the dog reach the finish line first, I want them to take position. And if it is us that reach the finish line second, you should if you take position, let them take position now. So let's have a position from the variables. We should have the position variables, position. So I want them to take position. Okay, we have position for them. So I don't want to see the position here. That means I'm going to uncheck it because I don't want to see anything position for them from that place now. So the first thing I'm going to do is this position now. Whenever I start this game with the dog, the position should be set the position. We have to set the position to be 0. The position has to be going to be 0. Whenever I start the game, the position is going to be 0. After the position is 0, what next? Let's click on the dog here. So when I have the dog, it's going to think about the position. That is where it's going to see where the position is. Think about the position. Think like you want to say think position. Think position. Think position. So once you think the position, then you're going to add position by what? By 1. Add position by 1. So it's going to be the final position. So instead of stopping her, we have to stop the script. Okay, the reason why we are switching stop the script is that we want to allow the second sprite, the second contestant to take his own position. So I'm just going to do the same thing for them, for the dog also. So the dog also should think about the position. Think position. Let's go to the variable. Think position. Then what next? After you think position, it's going to is going to add the position, change position one by one, then stop this script, now let's check our game and let's see how it's going to work beautifully. So 1 2 3 go. Okay, so now two of them are racing now, so let's see who's going to get there first. It's like two of them are, hey, yours is going faster. Oh, we have 1 and 0. Instead of it to be 0, it's going to be 1 and 2. First 1 and 2. So let's see what we can do about that one. We have to change this position. Set the position should be 1. Okay, it should be 1 first. We set it to 1. Okay, we're going to start from there, which is the first one, the first person to reach the position to say it. Then the second one, the second person will now say, for example, now if it is the first, if it is us that reach the position, dog that reach the position first, it's going to that position, the variable that we added, we set it to 1, it's going to say it immediately, then stop the script. Okay, it's only when the script is running that it will now have opportunity of changing the position by 1. Okay, so we have them racing again now. So let's see who's going to get there first. Oh, dog is going faster than the horse. In real life, horse is faster. So you can see that now they have their position 1 and 2. Okay, so this project, now don't forget how we broadcast a message. We use a broadcast message which the dog used to pass the message to horse and dog, then they start the race. We use variables to store the value, and we use touching the sprite. Also we use if block which is conditional block. Don't forget all those things. Then see you in the next. Alright, this is another exciting project, a birthday card. This is a wonderful birthday card you've never seen before. We have a fish, we have cars, and we have a cake. And let's see what's going to happen to them. I'm going to press my flag. See, press only on your birthday. Okay, press only on your birthday and everything disappears. So let me press it, because let me assume that this is my birthday and you can see the body as it's shining. Wow, the fish are singing for me and the banner is rolling also, and the candle is shining, so and the fish cannot stop singing. So happy birthday. Okay, so we have another singing, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, John, happy birthday to you. Wow, so that's so wonderful. Okay, so then let's see how we can start this project and how we can create something nice. Okay, all right, the first step is to delete my cat. I don't need this cat here, so the cat is going. So the second step is going to, the first step now, the second step is going to get a button. Remember that when I press the button, something happens, like the button triggers the all the remaining sprites to come out. The fishes, the cake, everything, it triggers them to come out. So let me get the buttons. Let me get the button. Where is the button? Button, where are you? Button 1. So we have button 1 here. Okay, this is great. All right, so this button 1, what is it clicked now? I want to center it. Make sure it is in the center middle. So when the flag click, I want to make sure it's centered. Okay, so when the flag click, so you guys should go to center position. Center position is going to be x0 and y0. So that is center. So let me press the flag. Oh, great, it's now centered. So after that, after it's centered, don't forget that it's going to show. Let's work with the appearance also. So you're already showing, but when we start the game, the button will go and come. Since we are working with different backdrop now, we have this backdrop and the party backdrop. So on this backdrop now, it will show on this backdrop. And I want to work with the coloring also forever. Don't forget forever, because the coloring is going to stay as long as I want it to stay. Then let's go to looks. So change color effect by 2. Okay, so now let's see. Wow, fine. Okay, so it's entering. Let me write, what if I write -2? Let's see what's going to happen. If I write -2, see now it's coming out. So either you use minus or plus, so anything you want. Also, the next thing is, when I press this, when this flag is clicking, when this button is clicking now, it should hide. Okay, that's why I have the show here. It should hide whenever the flag is clicked. This guy should hide. Okay, so how do I know that the button is clicked? Let's go to events. You see something like when this sprite clicked. Okay, this is when this sprite clicked. When this sprite click, what's going to happen? Immediately hide your face. Hide. I don't want to see when the flag is click. Hide. So I have hide here. Once I hide, you say hide. Then pass the information across to the remaining sprites. That's okay. Something is happening. Then go. Let's use go for the event to happen. Go. Let's use go. Then stop. Let's use go. Once you broadcast the message, then go. After then, we stop the script. We saw other script in this sprite. Remember, our stop other script in this sprite is to stop. This is the other script. We have to script. This is the first script and the second script. This is the other script. We want it to stop shining and stuff like that. That's how you stop other scripts in this sprite. So now let me click on the play. So I should see this thing button go. It's going to disappear now. See, because it's not there, it's no longer there. So let me start again. So this should make it to appear again. This should blocks make it apply again. All right. So after then, let's create another sprite which is going to be happy birthday. We don't have happy birthday in our sprite list, so we can just create a sprite. You see paint. All right. This is paint is sprite. So we are going to create a sprite that we are going to use on our screen. Okay. The sprite is happy birthday on the green rectangular line. So let's create the line. So I click on the rectangle tools. These are the tools when you are designing. These are the tools. Okay, we do more of design in one of our projects and you understand designs very well. So we have rectangle. So do I want outline? Yes or no? Yes. Do I want to use this purple? No. Let me change the color to green or blue, any of the color that I like to use. Let me use blue. I like blue, so I'm using blue. Then what next? Use text to write the happy birthday. All right, so let me write the happy birthday now. Okay, happy birthday. Happy. I can't see the text I'm writing. Using is that the color I have here is still the same color as the color of the background. Okay, that's why I can't see them. So let me change the color to black. Great. And let me change the size also. Okay, so let's change the color to black. Let's type happy. Oh, the color is yes, I didn't click on OK. So let's get the color again. I just hope I'm doing something right. Okay, great. So okay, now so I can now type happy birth happy birthday. Great. So after then I have the happy birthday here. So let me try to make it bigger. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. So let me move it to the center. Okay, let me move it to the center. Great. So it's not centered. But this is too big. Okay, this is too big. What I'm going to do now is to select the two, both the backdrop, both the background and the text. So let me group them so that I can easily resize them. So once you group them, you click on shift on your computer, then you click on the backdrop first, the background first. After then you hold your shift, then you click on the the text. After then two of them are clicked. Now you can see both the background and the text, they are clicked. So I can now change their size from the angle. Alright, so I have it I have it there. I can even change this. I even position it from here. Okay, so I have happy birthday. So if you don't want to use the color black, you can change it to any color you want to use, as simple as that. So to change the color, you just click on this paint. This is the paint tools. You click on the color you want to use. Let's say you want to use this color. I just hope it's not. Let's use white. Let's see how white is going to look like. I think white should be okay. So then you click on the, after that you now move your mouse to the text you want to change. I think white is better. Okay, great. No, so I have happy birthday now in white. So the next thing is, once I have this happy birthday, the happy birthday is gone now. So but if I click on this flag now, if I click on this button, happy birthday will still be there. Okay, so happy birthday is still there. So that means you have to do something on the happy birthday to make it hide whenever we press the button. So happy birthday should also hide. So when I press the button pass an information across, which is go, which is go. So when the button, so when I receive, to correct that, see when you see when I receive go, hide. When I receive go, when I receive go, you should hide. Let's see. Great. So we can't see the sprites again. We can't see those sprites again, which is very, very okay. So the next thing to do is to get our backdrop, which is the party backdrop. But no, but wait, before that, when we press this flag again, we can't see our happy birthday. Okay, so how do we do that? I think I should give you a chance to think about that. Right, I hope you get what I'm going to do now. So when the flag click, okay, when the flag click, it's going to show. Okay, it's because we don't use show when the flag click. That's why we can't see it whenever we click the flag. So when the flag click, show. So it's going to show when the flag click now. You see now, it's now showing. And when I press the button, it's gone. Okay, so that is that. So now let me pick a party backdrop now. A party backdrop which is going to be powerful for our projects. A party. So we have a party, great. So you can use other party. We have another party's backdrop there, but I choose to use this one, which is fine by me. All right, so under this backdrop now, you have to write code on them. I click on this stage. So that I click on this stage. So I want to switch the backdrop and make them respond when things happens. Okay, on clicking on this stage now, I can now write the code. If you click on backdrop, you see we have other backdrop there, which is the first bar, which is white, and the second. Now I want these two backdrops to be interacting with each other now. So the first thing I'm going to do is to when the flag click, what the backdrop that is going to show is the white. The white backdrop is where I have my uh my buttons and the text. So what's the next thing? The next thing is when I receive go. When I receive go, the backdrop should switch to when I receive go, the backdrop should switch to party. Great. It should switch to party. So let me now click. When I receive go, backdrop change to party. Great. So when I change to party, so inside my party now, what do I have there? I have a cake there. A cake. I have a cake there. So let me go and get the cake. Let me go and get the cake. So we have cake. So I prefer to search so that we don't waste much of our time. So okay, now this is the cake. Alright, great. So I want this cake to slide from entrance, like it's coming inside from my side now to this place, like I show you on the demo. So I want the Alright, so I want you to notice something now before I make the cake to slide first. You see, when I start, the cake is showing, right? Okay, and this cake should not show. The reason why it's showing is that we've not controlled this. How do we control this? When flag click, also the same procedure that we used for our darling happy birthday banner is to what? Hide. When is it going to show? Until it's going to show until e receive the message go. That is when it's going to show. So without receiving the message, no show. Okay, no show. It's gone. So no show. When it receive the message, it's going to show. Okay, but when it shows, I don't want to start from here. You should start from the far angle, which is this place. Go to this place. I want to capture the position. That's why I'm moving it like this. Okay, great. So go to this place, go to that place, which is that. Go to no, I change it to I make sure I capture the position by sending the try to that position, the exact position I want. So you can use this number, go to this number minus 268 yx and minus 112y. So you can use that. After it goes to that position, then what next? It should glide to the center. The center is the center is 0. Either for the center for y and x is 0. So now this which is a this is 0 for center for x and y is 0. But this now come here now, the y is going to change the number. Remember the y is 112. So that means it's going to glide to x is going to be 0. Y is okay like that. Okay, so when I start, we should glide. So let's say 2 should glide there, and let's see when it starts. Great, it's now centered now. So the cake is working now, which is center. All right, so when the cake reach the place, you should play the sound. You should play a sound which is going to be a happy birthday, a forever sound, happy birthday sound. Then let's go to the sound. Should have happy birthday there. We can play sound happy birthday until dawn and broadcast for our musician that's going to sing it, which those are Ashak. They are going to sing the song. Okay, click on new message, which is sing. So they should sing. When they receive sing, then they will start singing. So we are going to get them play the sound sing. After they sang after they sang. So we are going to wait for some seconds before they sing again. Okay, let's wait for 8 seconds before they sing again. So by that time they should stop. They should have finished singing. So let me press grace. So it's now the everybody is now playing now. So I want this my sprite. I want this sprite, this cake to be changing color. Okay, I want it to be changing color. So we can do that by getting our forever block, then get costume, get the next costume, then wait for 0.4 seconds before switching to the next costume so that you can see it going gradually. So the reason why I'm adding it here is for the cake to start immediately. Okay, but you can't see it until it shows. See it's working now. Okay, so what next for us is to get our sharks. So we need to get the shark that are going to work for us, and the banner also. My banner is not showing. Why? It's because when flag click show. Oh, we've mixed it together here. It's only when the flag click that the banners will show. What is going to show under my button is not when the flag click, is press press only on your birthday. I'm sorry for mixing it up, guys. Press only if today is your birthday. So now let's write the text. So let's change the color to be black. The color should be black. Okay, great. So press only if today is your birthday. Press only if today is your birthday, which I believe is some special birthday that you are programming it for. So press only if today is your birthday. The size to be the font size, the font style to press only if today is your birthday. And don't forget the code that we use for this guy is when the flag click, it should show. It should show when the flag clicked, it should show. And when I receive go, it should hide. So we'll reverse it to the previous code. So when I receive go, it should hide. It should hide when it receive go. It should hide. Okay. So now let's see. So now showing press only if today is your birthday. Great. Alright. So we have happy birthday now. So we want this banner to be jumping now. Okay. So that's what we're going to do now. So we want the banner to be spinning now. Okay. So when I receive go, so let me click on the banner now. When I receive go, it's showing. Okay now. So once it's showing now, so first thing is to get it's pointing in direction, which is going to be is okay here. It's okay as it's showing now, but we need to change the point in direction because when it started spinning now, when it started spinning, it's going to continue from where it stopped. So let's change it to 80. So my direction is going to be 80. Okay. So when I receive go, so we are starting from there. So and After then it's going to turn turn right turn right 20 degree, turn right 20 degree, wait 1 seconds, wait 1 seconds, then turn left 20 degrees also, turn left 20 degrees also, then wait another seconds, which is going to be here. Alright, so okay, so we have it like that. It's going to be there. Alright, so this is going to be forever, working forever. Okay, so let's have it today. Alright, so now we have it working now. So spelling happy birthday to you. It's spelling now. Alright, so that is great about that one. So next is to have a shark, a wonderful shark, to sing a beautiful song. So let's say we have the shark. So choose a sprite. So when the sprite is clicked, let me search for the sprite shark. Alright, so I'm using shark. So it's going to be two sharks. So duplicate. Okay, so I have one here and I have another here. So they're going to face each other and be singing for the celebrants. So the first one is when I flare. Don't forget, when I press the flag, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them when I press the flag. It's only when they receive go that it should show. So we have the two blocks by my side. So when I press the flag, it's hiding. So when I receive show, when I receive go, it should show. So let's set the position. The position is here. I want this guy to stay here. I want it to stay here, which is his position. I want it to stay here. Okay, so let's get this one here also. So I'm getting their position, which is very nice. Great. So okay, so that means I'm programming for this. The position of this one is, let's go to motion, go to this place. When it show, go to this place, point in direction. Which direction is it pointing to? This one is pointing to this 4 direction, is pointing front. Okay, it's facing front. And so point direction 90. Then the costume should costume to shark 2A. Alright, so that is the position. So we have to get the position for the second shark. Okay, so I want to copy the code to my beautiful second shark here. Okay, so I'm going to copy the second one also here. Okay, great. So I should have the two code here. So when you flag click and so don't forget, we are going to change the position. We are going to change this one to minus. Change one of the code to minus. Okay, so this one is going to be minus. Okay, great. But I want one of them to be facing each other. I don't like the way the two of them are facing the front. So I want this one, the shark 3, to be facing the second one. So that means I have to change this to point direction to -90. Okay, I have to change it to -90. But when I change to -90, something strange might happen. Let me test it. So it's facing upside down. So to correct that, so we have a code that is going to work for that, which is going to be set rotational style. Set, which is the rotational side should be left, right. Great. So it should go to be left, right. So I don't want it to be facing upside down like that. Okay, great. Now, so I have the two sprites facing each other now. Okay, I have the two sprites facing each other. So let me start again. Great. They have here now. So what next for them is for them to sing the song as this one is going to start it. So don't forget that I broadcast a message. I broadcasted a message from my cake. I think from my cake, yes, sing. Okay. So the second broadcast message that the shark is going to receive is sing, which is going to be when I receive sing, when I receive sing. Okay. Switch costume to where it open his mouth. Switch costume to shark B, 2B. I hope it's shark 2B that open his mouth. Okay, great. Then once you open your mouth, then say what? Say happy birthday to you. Say happy birthday to you. Once you open your mouth, guys, say happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. After then, now switch costume back to normal costume, which is sac B, which is sac A, correct, which is sac A. Then after then, now broadcast a message that you finish singing. Then the second shark should receive that message. It's going to be different from the broadcast message we sent earlier. So this one is going to be new one, which is going to be sing 2. That is, sing the second line. Okay, sing the second line, sing 2. So once this second shark receive the sing 2, let me just copy it to second shark. Okay, let me copy the code and let's see, it's copied now. So sing, when I receive sing 2, okay, it's going to be the same happy birthday to you also. It's going to be the same happy birthday to you also. So what I need just to change is to broadcast another message, which is sing 3. Okay, sing 3. So passing the next message to the first sprite, to the first shark, that okay, I finished singing the second stanza of the song. You can go ahead with the third stanza. So I'm copying the okay, great, is here now. Sing 2 I have here. So you're going to change it to sing 3. Then I receive sing 3 now. Happy birthday to you, dear John. Dear John. Okay, so after that, it's going to show, which is going to be line 4. New message, line 4. Sing 4. Sing 4. That is the new message, sing 4. Okay, great one. So let me just copy it to the last, which is going to be the last one, where I'm going to delete dear John, because you can't repeat the name twice, just once. You repeat the name once. Okay, so we have happy birthday to you for 2 seconds and you gotta repeat it. So now let's see how it's going to work now. Press only if today is your birthday. Something is wrong. So we have two stanzas singing together, and I receive sing 3. So it's receiving sing 3 and sing 4 all together. It's broadcasting sing 3 and receiving the sing 3. So it shouldn't be like that. It should be when I receive sing 4 and I receive sing 4. Okay? No need to broadcast anything again. So now let's see now. Great. So everything is working fine now. Okay, except that my happy is HW. I didn't notice earlier. So I'm going to change everything to A to avoid errors. So great. So this is our basic card. What you can add more to this is to have a dancers to this basic card, which you can do on your own instead of having the sharp only. You can have dancers dancing. You can have so many effects to them. As this cake is coming out, you can add effects to it, and you can make this happy birthday banner to be glowing also. So don't forget how we make our buttons to glow. You can make the happy birthday banner to be glowing, which is going to be so exciting. So I'm glad we finished this project successfully, and I'm looking forward to next beautiful projects we are going to do. See you next. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more exciting projects like this. Thank you. So this project is a game of chance where you get to ask this beautiful Gobo this beautiful sprite a question, and the answer you'll be expecting from it should be yes or no. Strictly yes or no answer. That's what we want to program it for, like yes or no. Should I go and have my meal now? Then you're going to say, okay, wait, let me think. You're going to tell you yes or wait, no. Or am I going to be a billionaire? Yes or no. Or something like, should I do my homework instead of playing video game? The answer is going to be yes or no. So it's going to be a game of chance, like pure chance. So let's start. Let's see how it's going to work. Let me start the game. So let's see. I can answer your yes or no questions. Ask your question, then press space key. Now I'm going to ask my question now. After I ask my question, I'm going to press space key. Should I start this project Gobo? Wait, the answer is coming to me. Said no. That means no project for us again. That is the answer. Okay, let me start again. Let me press the space key to ask another question. Gobo, please. Okay, I can ask your question and press space key. Gobo, please, I need to start this project. Can I go ahead? Let me press my space key. No again. So that means we are not starting the project again. But I'm going to start ask again until my answer is yes. I can answer yes or no question. Gogo, I need to start the project now. Yes. So we finally got yes. So that means we can start our project. So you see now that this Gogo, you have to ask the question very well. You know the question I'm asking is not going to hurt you before you get your answer. So that's won't be like, I hate this Gogo. This Gogo is not considerate. No, I have to calm down for Gogo to give me the answer I want. Okay, so you can do that also. So now let's start now. So I'm going to delete these cards. I don't need these cards here. Okay, I don't need these cards. What I'm going to do is go and get that pretty Gobo. I'm going to get the Gobo for my projects. The pretty Gobo, big one, very big. Looking at the size, let's see if it's that big as they portray on the screen. Is he under animal? I don't think Google is under animal, but let's check if it's under animals. Gobo is not that animals. But if you can't find your sprite, you can easily search from here. Gobo. So I need Gobo. So I've searched for Gobo. Okay, great. I have Gobo there now. So let me just click on Gobo. So as I click on Gobo, this tiny Gobo, so that means you can change, you can increase the size. But before we do that, let's get the backdrop for Gobo. The backdrop I'm going to use is woods. You can choose to use another backdrop if you like, but I'm going to use woods for this one. Okay, so let me look for woods. Woods should be under outdoor. So woods should be there. Okay, great. I have woods under outdoor. So go with another woods. Great. So I want to increase the size of this Gobo now. I'm clicking on the sprite. Make sure when you are programming your sprite, make sure you click on them before you start your program. So avoid story that touch that, oh, I don't know, that I'm not programming on that Gobo. So let me click on change set size to the size is 100%. So I want it to be bigger, two times bigger or more safe. So the size is let me change the size to 250. 250. The size is now 250. Okay, so let me click on flag. Great. The size is 250 now. So the first thing is that my Gobo says is I can answer your yes or no question. I can answer your yes or no question. I can answer your yes. Let's capitalize a yes. Yes or no. No questions. No questions for 3 seconds. That's for 3 seconds. I can answer your yes or no question for 3 seconds. Then after that, it's going to say this. Say without we're not going to give this one time frame. You're just going to say it. Then ask your questions. Then press space key. Let's capitalize this space key. So I want it to be capital letter. Space key. Great. So after that, press space key. Then after you press the space key, what is going to happen? Let's check where we are now. I can answer your yes or no question. Ask your question, then press space key. So after this Gobo is now waiting for you to press the space key, having it in the mind that you've asked your question. See the instruction, ask your question, then press space key. Then don't forget this block. Wait until space key is pressed. That means I'm not going to take any action. Until you press a space key. And mind you, is when you press a space key that I'm going to take action. If you press other key, that's your own. If you press key A and you are expecting the answer, nothing is coming up. So I have to press the space key before this guy can reply your answer. After you wait until press the space key, then you're going to say something again also under the looks. You're going to say wait, the answer is coming to me. Okay, wait, the answer is coming to me. Or you can use wait for your answer, or your answer is coming right away. Your answer is coming right away. Wait a sec. Wait a sec. Let's write this finish. Wait a second. It's not going to be a second. Wait some seconds because it's not for 1 second. So that means you are going to wait for 3 seconds. So wait for 3 seconds, then you're going to say that for 3 seconds, then this guy is going to wait again for a second also, so making 4 seconds before you can receive your answer. But how do I receive the answer? Because the answer is yes or no. How do I program it? I'm going to write program here, or I'm going to write yes or no here? No. This is how we do it. We have variables, we use variables to store value. Okay, so let's create a new variables. Let's say I'm going to use variable for our decision now. Decision is going to be number based, and we are going to reply the number to yes or no. The number is going to be either if the number is 1, then yes. If the number is 2, yes. So we are going to use a block that is going to dictate for us. We are not going to determine it. It's the computer that is going to determine it. Reply number. So we have our reply number. Okay, so that means I have my reply number. I don't want to say this. I don't want to say it here. So that means I have my reply number. So when I start the project, so this reply number should be, I have to set this reply number. Okay, set my reply number to what? Let's go to where we're going to get the reply number. What number we're going to get? We have pick random. This is random figures, like a dice. Pick random 1 to 2. So that means the computer is going to pick any number between the two. You are not going to dictate it. It's computer that is going to dictate the number that is going to pick. Alright, so now if the number that the computer picked, we don't know the number that the computer is going to pick, but here we now want to use now. So this if the numbers, how do we compare the number we get? Let's go to this operators again. You see equal sign. Now we use this equal sign inside if. Okay, now if the reply number now is 1, which is going to be, in some cases, if the reply number is 1, say yes. That means yes. If the reply number is 1, say yes. So let me duplicate this code. So I will do, and if this reply number is 2, what is going to be the answer? No. The answer is going to be no. If the reply number is 2, the answer is going to be no. Okay, so now let's see this guy now. To answer a yes or no question, ask, then press space key. So the education is, Gobo, are you feeling fine? Yes or no? So it's up to you whether you are feeling fine or not. So am I asking you, are you fine? Are you okay? So I press the space key. Yes. Okay, good. That means it's okay. So the answer is yes. Alright, so now we are going to add some effects to this. You can add any effect you want, and you can still make it to look more enhanced than this. You can turn it from answer yes or no question to numbers question. Okay, so let's add some effects to this game to make it look more mature. Okay, right, the effect is this. So if the answer is yes, if the answer is yes, the Gobo should switch costume, or should change the color effect by 25. After you change the color effect by 25, you should change the costume also. The costume should also change. Switch costume to Gobo B. Let's use the costume to Gobo B. And also you should make sound. So let's go and get the sound from here. The sound is doom. You choose a sound. I've clicked the sound already. but this is how we get the sound doom doom. The sound is very nice for our project, like that the answer is yes. So you have the answer. We have oops. So the second sound. That one we use that one for no. If the answer is no, so use that sound. So let's go to sound and let's play sound. Start sound. Doom doom. Play sound doom doom. Let's use play sound doom doom until done. We don't want anything to happen until the sound is played. Okay, so if the answer is no, so let's duplicate this code and have it below the no question, the no answer. So if the answer is no, so we are going to change the Gobo to Gobo C, and instead of changing the color, we're going to change the fish eye, and it's going to be by 10. Okay, and play the sound. Which sound are you going to play? Oops. Okay, this is going to be the sound. Oh guys, sorry for you. Okay, so after everything, after using that done, let's try it and let's see. Let's try it and let's see. Gobo, should I travel abroad? Hear the sound. He said no. That means I'm okay where I am now. That I should not bother myself traveling abroad. Alright, so you notice that whenever I want to start this, I have to press this the go button. But now I want to make it advanced that I don't need to press the button again. Once I press the button once, I can ask as many questions as I want. Okay, so you're doing that. I want to continue with the code. That's after you have answered one question, then you're going to wait for some seconds again, maybe like for 4 seconds. 4 seconds, you're going to wait for 4 seconds. Then it's going to repeat the same question, the same answer, the same thing he told you. Ask your question, then press space key. So you can use press space key to ask another question. Okay, so you can just say press space key to ask another question. Press space key to ask another question. So after then, this guy is going to wait until space key is pressed. Wait until space key is pressed. It's going to wait until the space key is pressed. Wait until space key is pressed. Then it's going to ask the next question. So before this code can work, so we have to make sure that everything is under forever. So we should have everything under forever, inside forever. So that means our code will be running as long as we want it. So it's forever is inside forever now. So now let's see. I can ask your question, answer your question, ask your question, then press space key. Gobo, I want to travel. Can I travel? Press space key. The answer is coming right away. Wait on some seconds. So that means I can travel. Okay, and change the color to yellow. So when his answer is no, then press now say press space key to ask another question. So that means I can still ask another question. Okay, without just going to press the arrow, the flag again. Let me ask another question. I can answer a yes or no question, ask a question, then press space key. Gobo, are you really fine? So let me press space key. No. So that is no. Alright, so and you see the first, the eyes of Gobo change and this and that variation. So you try it all over and all over again. So I hope you enjoy this project. Don't forget how we manipulate, change the colors, how we use the number variable. Don't forget that if you want to use a random variable to make decision, okay, don't forget that it's very important. You should pick a random number. If the number is one, the number is two. Okay, so we use this pick random to choose to make decision for our Gobo. So you don't need to make decision on our own. So it's doing, this game is fair. Nobody is controlling it except computer. So I hope you enjoy this class and see you in our next beautiful project. Thank you. You're welcome to another exciting project on our Scratch beginner package. So this project now, as you can see, we have a ball in the middle. We have a ball in the middle. We have speed and angle. So this ball now, we want to make it to show, to spiralize and draw different patterns while we have balls showing and displaying different patterns. So let's start with this. So we have this ball now. As this ball is going now, it's increasing. As it is increasing, it's going in spiralizer mode and it's drawing a line, and that line is in rainbow color. So you can see the line is changing as the ball is going, is changing. Once the ball touches the edge, the ball disappear. Okay, so you can adjust this, you can adjust the angle, you can adjust the speed. The angle will dictate how the ball spread. See how it's spreading now, it's spreading more than before, like it's spreading through the screen. Okay, with this you can make a good animation now. As you can see now, it's even more beautiful than before. All right, so you see now we have beautiful one. So we can still do something and make the background dynamic also, but when we start the project we are going to see how we can do that. So let's start the project without further delay. So I'm gonna delete this card and pick a sprite. So like I told you, we are using a single sprite in this project. Okay, we are using a single sprite, which is the ball. We are using only the ball for this project. So we have this ball here. So it's this ball that we turn to many balls with the help of our clone. So we are going to change the size of the ball. It's too big, so we change the size of the ball to, let me say, 30%. Let's use 30% for the ball. Change the size, set the size to 30%, which is very okay for our project. Fine, it's very okay for that, for our project. And I want it to be in the middle. Don't forget the middle is x0, y0. That's the middle. That's the middle of the display area. Okay, so it's in the middle now. Okay, so the next thing is to get the ball working. You want the ball to be rolling. No, the ball is rolling. Once it's rolling, then it's going to be creating more of the size. So let's get it forever here. It's going to be working for as long as you want it to work. Then we have to make sure it creates the clone for itself. Then create a clone for myself. Okay, going to create a clone. That clone is when we make duplicate copy of our sprite. Okay, so it's going to make duplicate copy of the sprite. So that's why we have clone. So let me check it so far. So you see the ball rolling now. So now it's making the clone already, but because there is no movement, you can see now that is the initial ball. It's making the clone. If I move it away from there, it would have made another clone. If I move it away from it, I made another clone. See now, it's making the copy already non-stop, non-stop, non-stop. It's making the clone already non-stop. Okay, so that's that about that. So we want it to be whenever it starts, as a clone now, we want it to start moving. Okay, we already created the clone now, but when it starts as a clone, we want it to start moving, to start spreading. Okay, so let's get to our control. Should be under control. So when I start as a clone, then the guy move. When I start as a clone, then start moving. Okay, which is we have move 10 steps. So you can change this move 10 steps to 2 steps. So let's change it to 2 steps. Great. So and let's see. Let's start again. Great now. It's moving now. Our ball is moving. Everything is working fine now. But we can see that when these balls, when they reach the edge, they are just staying at the edge. Okay, they are staying at the edge. So you have to solve that and make them do something else when they reach the edge. Like we don't want to see them again when they immediately they reach the edge. Okay, so how do we do that? We have our if block. Okay, don't forget this if block, conditional block, where it holds. So where it stop cloning. Okay, the maximum number of sprites that your application can clone is 300. Once it's reached 300, it will stop cloning. That's why this stopped. Once it reached 300, it reached the 300 already. That's why it stopped cloning. Okay, you will start again now. It continues clone. It will start again to clone. Okay, so once it reaches 300, it will stop cloning. So don't forget that. So now, if touching the edge now, if touching the edge now, touching the edge, if touching the edge, what is going to happen? The edge, delete the clone, and let's start afresh, which is going to make our program to run very fine. Because if we didn't delete the clone, we exceed our numbers fast, very fast. So that means we have to delete the clone so that our program can run for more time. Okay, so let's get that. So delete this clone, as simple as that. So it will continue working until we stop it to stop working. Okay, all right. So now we have our angle to be 50, and we have the steps to be moving at 2. Okay, now so we say we use a slider. When I show you the demo, I use a slider to increase the speed and the angle. But now there is no way I can increase the angle when I'm on the full screen. So that means I have to come back here and change the angle, I change enter it again. But with the slider, I can do it very easily, and I can edit my sprites without coming inside here. So this is what I'm going to do now. Let me create a variable for speed and the angle. Let me make a variable for speed and angle. Okay, let's make first variable for angle, and the second for the speed. Second for the speed, second for the speed, first for angle. Don't forget, I don't want to see them here, so I'm going to uncheck them. I'm not I don't need them to show, so I'm going to uncheck it. Great. So now I have speed and I have angle now. So instead of, I need them to show, sorry, I need them to show. I need the both speed and angle to show so that I can edit them. Let have it be top of each other like this. Yeah, great. It's okay like this. So I need them to be with each other. So when I start my project, so I want to set the angle to be 2. The angle should be 15. Don't forget the angle is 15, or I can change it to 8. It's 8. It started from 8. The angle start from 8, and the speed also start from 2. The speed start from 2. The speed start from 2. So it's going to make it spiralize in a cool way. Okay, great. So I have the speed to be 2, and I have a angle to be 8. So if I double click on the angle now, or I right click and change it to slider, either you double click or you right click to change it to slider, you're going to change it. So from here now, you can now increase the speed, reduce the speed, do all sorts of things. You can already manipulate them. So I increase the speed to 43. So you see it's coming out faster than before. So angle also, I can change the angle also to any numbers I want. So it make it easier to change their figures instead of having it inside. So to make this work now, since I have the angle and the angle is 8 and the speed is 2. To make them work now, I have to insert them inside my speed. My angle is going to be inside angle, and the speed is going to be inside move to speed steps. So this one is now going to affect the speed. Instead of moving 2 steps, now I have now speed step. So wherever the figure I have inside this speed will affect my sprite. Okay, let me increase the speed. You see it affected it immediately. See, it affected it immediately. Okay, so let me change the angle also. So you see also it's affecting it immediately. So that's why we use a variable that's why you use a variable. Okay, you can see the mighty work of variable now. You store the value and making it to work like a magic. Okay, very nice. Okay, now so the next thing is to have my the next thing now is, okay, these guys they are working now. Okay, so if I want to clear my screen and start all over again, how do I do that? I want to work with key button. If I want to work with a key, so when space key pressed, so how do I do it? Delete this clone. Delete this clone. Okay, so let me press the space key. So it's deleted and you have to start all over again. Deleted and start all over again. So the next thing is to have our pen. Since we have all this thing working now, so we should have our pen so that it will start writing immediately. So you can get the pen. If you don't have your pen blocks, you can click here. Once you click here, you see pen. So once you see pen, you click on it, so it's going to show pen here. Comes with the extension. This is our extension, add extension. So you click on pens, on pen, then you have your pen here. Okay, so that's great. So the first thing is to add my erase all. I want to write on a clean note. There's the pen size. The pen size should be what? Set pen size. Pen size to set pen size to set pen size to 1. Set pen size to 1. After then, the pen down. Pen down, that means start writing immediately. Start writing immediately. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, great. So we have pen down and it started writing. So you notice that this line, the box created a line. When I press the space, it's not your it's not cleaning the pen. So let's have eraser under after when space key press, it should erase also. Great. It's now erased. So we have with this you can make many patterns here. You can make many patterns. Let's see with the pattern we can make with this line. Let's change the angle. So it's giving me another pattern. See now, it's giving me another pattern now, which is better than the one we have before. So another pattern is showing. Okay, so let me work with the speed also, and let's see if the speed is going to, wow, see this pattern. So this is the pattern I have so far. So the ball is the one that is drawing the line. Okay, so as I'm having the ball, it's drawing the line. Okay, it's drawing the line and it's making it look very beautiful. Okay, so we can still have more beauty than this. So let's see how we can do that. So this where we are changing is only one color that we have here now. It's only one color. So I want to have more colors here. Okay, so let's see where we can change the color here now. You can see change color, pen color by 10. So we can change that 10 to 1. Okay, so that the color will be serial. So the color won't be jumping. See immediately the colors are changing immediately. You can see the color are changing now. Okay, so I have the colors changing to different colors now, which is very fine. Which is very fine and looks very nice. Okay, so what can I do to this one now? I can just make the patterns be bold. Let me change the size to 10. Let me change the pen size to 10, and let's see the result that's going to give us. So we can try as many as possible pattern here. So let's see what this pattern is going to give us. So the pen size is 10. Let me change the angle to be 30, and the speed, let me click on this. Let me click on start again. Okay, see the pattern. This pattern is different and unique, very unique. So you can see the color that is changing also. So this is a beautiful spiralizer project to share with your friend. So you can say create another pattern. So the more pattern you want, if you want more patterns, you change this either the angle, the speed, or the pen size. So that will give you more beautiful pattern, give you more patterns. You can add, let's see another pattern we can still use. Let's set the angle to, let's set the angle to 7, and speed to 10. Let's change the angle to 7, 7, speed 10, angle 7. So if it's giving me headache, I can just change it from here. Angle 7, speed 10. So let's start, and the pen is 1. So you can see the different patterns we have here. Okay, so this one is different. So just try different dimension and to give you different results. So I can still work with my backdrop, make the backdrop be shining also, as the pattern is working its own, as my pen is working its own. So let's see if we can make the backdrop also change color effect by 10, which is on the backdrop. Don't forget I click on the backdrop. Okay, so this is the backdrop. So when flag click, change color effect by 10. So let's see forever here. All right, so that's about that. So you can try as much as possible numbers to check your patterns, which is going to be nice, and share with friends. So in our next set of videos we are going to have more design like this, which is going to be very beautiful. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel to enjoy an exciting, more exciting scratch tutorials and especially computers programming. Nice seeing you around and hope to see more of you. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Take care of yourself. Bye.